You want to support Roller Mark Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roller Martin Unfiltered. By going to rollermartinunfiltered.com, you can make this possible. Now, y'all know how I feel about athletes being able to get paid. I'm absolutely in support of it. Well, in California, lawmakers have voted to undo the NCAA amateur rules, and the bill is now being sent to be signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. Both the University of Southern California and Stanford University are opposed to the bill. I wonder why. It will make it possible for college athletes in the state to make money from their names, images, or likenesses. The bill isn't yet a law, and a lot might change before it goes into effect in 2023. Now, I don't know why in the hell they got to take that long, but it's far enough along to start sorting through the implications of what it might mean for college athletes and what is coming next. I want to go to our panel. Mike, I want to start with you. Look, I think it's shameful. You can have a university that you can have a player who's been gone 20 years and they're still selling his jersey. They're still making money off of that jersey. And of course, USC and Stanford is opposing this because they don't have to pay any royalties to these athletes. And the reality is, athletes should be able to get paid off of their likeness because that's why you're buying that jersey. If it's a star athlete who's number 10, you ain't wearing number 10 for the hell of it. You're wearing it because that athlete wore 10.
And, you know, the argument that the NCAA uses, or certainly some universities, is that, well, what they're getting is a college education, tuition free. And that may be true, but I think they're making way more for the university than what that tuition costs. So I do believe that they should be able to make money off their likeness. Why not? And I'm sorry, if you're a bench rider, you don't get it. If you're a star, you get it.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about it. You know, I get it. I get the principle behind it. I do think, you know, as you made the point about, you know, they do get college tuition, and I think some of them actually get stipends. And I think to your...
Well, first of all, the stipend is relatively new because of the criticism that took place there. And the other piece is this here, when you talk about scholarships, okay, it's not like you actually get a 4-year scholarship. You get grants in aid, which means it has to be renewed every year. That coach can pull your scholarship.
Right.
Okay.
And I think when you were saying about, I think 2023.
When law goes into effect.
Yeah, I think when I was reading about that, to actually give them time to sort out all of the details. But you know, I'm still, you know, when I think about the article, Jamel Hill's article, talking, you know, encouraging players to go to HBCUs, I was thinking about that, and I wondered. I said, well, what will be the practical effect if that happened? You know, where, you know, if this actually became widespread, and then will those athletes even consider an HBCU because there's not as much money to be made going to an HBCU as opposed to some of these, you know, Big Ten schools?
Well, first off, the reason that you're not able to make that much money is because they don't have the same television contracts, and they don't have the same television contracts because they don't have the same athletes, your top tier athletes. The reality is you can flip this model overnight if your top tier athletes went to HBCUs. But Kelly, what this bill I think is important, what it does is it gives the athlete, like for instance, it was utterly ridiculous when Terrell Pryor was at Ohio State and got suspended because he was making money off signing jerseys. Yet, the university can put 20 jerseys in front of him, sign them, and then take those and go sell them to boosters and go sell them other ways, and it's his autograph.
I don't understand how this current business model is not slavery, because you have students, predominantly black bodies, making money for a school and not seeing any type of profit whatsoever. These institutions are making billions of dollars.
And in fact, check this out. If Kelly went to, what school did you go to?
Bowie State.
Okay, if you went to Bowie State and you had a music scholarship.
Right.
Okay, and let's say you were in the band. Maybe you weren't in the band, you had a music scholarship.
I did, actually.
Kelly can go perform in a band, in a club, and get paid. And it has no bearing on your Bowie State music scholarship. But if you're an athlete, and here's how crazy the rules are. If you are a football player and you're a journalism major, and let's say you went to the local newspaper and said, I want to write a column during football season or just during the whole year, You are not allowed to write the column because that's saying you're taking advantage of your football prowess.
And yet,
even if you're a journalism major.
Right. And yet you're taking advantage of my athletic talents,
right,
making money off of me that I don't even get to see. So the entire premise is ridiculous. The reason why the 3 years are in effect is because there are like legitimate concerns that need to be, flushed out before this law goes into effect. So for instance, international students, work visas, things like that. But the other concerns are really just concerning greed and how these institutions just do not want to pay people, black bodies predominantly, for actually giving their talents to the school. Like a college tuition isn't going to cut it, especially when a lot of these athletes don't finish their tenure.
Well, and what's crazy is that if you look at baseball, okay, we take all these different sports, okay, baseball, football, basketball. Look, they go to card shows, and people literally line up, and they pay $50, $75, $100 a pop for an autograph. If I'm a college student and I'm broke as hell and I'm playing ball, and you tell me now I can sit here and say, all right, $10 an autograph, and there's 100 people line up, I get that $1,000, baby, I'm good.
Especially when you have students who actually need that money, because even with the tuition scholarship and even with the stipends, they're still broke.
Well, the reason they even got the stipend, it was because there were some basketball players who talked about Monday through Friday, when the cafeteria closes, they were starving on weekends. Or when they came back late from games, not having any money to eat. And so it embarrassed the NCAA. But then they all of a sudden passed this emergency rule allowing for additional food stipends for the players.
Yeah, well, I think, there are a lot of white guys who can play a lot of good ball. So I don't think this is something that's really isolated to.
No, I said predominantly.
No, I just asked. She said predominantly.
I said predominantly black bodies, because that's what it is.
Basketball, football.
Okay, no, hold up.
Okay,
there are only two revenue-generating sports. There's only two revenue-generating sports, okay? It's basketball and football. She said predominantly black. More than 65% of the players, okay, are going to be black. In football, about 90% in basketball.
I don't think that we need to make this a racial issue.
No, she said predominantly black. She didn't say that.
But even if you're talking
Mellick, define predominantly. Mellick, where you from?
Well, I'm from Mississippi.
How many black players in Ole Miss?
And what Kelly mentioned.
How many black? You know what? Matter of fact, let me pull this up right now.
And while you're doing that, I'll finish my point. And what Kelly mentioned when she actually invoked slavery, the enslavement of black bodies and things like that, I just typically reject all comparisons.
Well, no.
I don't think.
Okay, hold up. First of all,
I don't think anything is like slavery.
Okay, first of all, you need to also keep up with the Constitution. Slavery still exists.
Right.
Slavery currently exists based upon the United States Constitution. Prisoners, that's slavery. The Constitution. Hold on. No. So when she says it's slavery, we need to stop acting as if the only form of slavery is what took place when you had black folks who were in chains and free. The reality is slavery still exists in 2019. In fact, it's even more so when you have major corporations who are paying inmates, in some cases, 15 and 20 cents to make products for those companies.
Less than.
Okay, well, when the enslaved people didn't get that stipend. So they didn't get anything.
No, but the point is, if we really want to be technical, slavery exists right now, what's happening in the prison system. And the bottom line here, Michael, is real simple. What we are looking at right now is we're looking at athletes who are putting it on the line, and it's stupid that I am the star player and I can't make money off my own autograph. My autograph. Yet, I could sign, when Johnny Manziel won the Heisman at Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel signed 4 or 5 helmets that were auctioned for 50 to 70 grand a piece.
I remember that.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if we asked, and obviously we're not in that time now, if we asked the slave master, do you think you're giving stipends to your slaves? He'd say, absolutely. They have a shack. They get scraps of food. What do you mean they don't get a stipend? I'm taking care of them. They're living pretty large, if you ask me. That's what the slave master would say. So, so I have to correct that for the record. But I do believe that, this is a stupid argument. of course athletes should get paid for using their likeness.
Henry, do y'all have my computer up?
Oh, he's found Ole Miss.
Y'all don't?
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
He's going to turn it around.
Check that. Check that.
He's going to use his prop.
Check it. Y'all see it now?
Here comes the prop.
Here comes Ole Miss, the
You
roster.
see it now? I know. It's okay. All right, y'all. This is the
here's the
roster,
roster, folks.
at Ole Miss. If y'all, what you do? You just turn something off. Okay. Put it back.
And while we're getting that together, and Roland is going to show us
Now I'm gonna show you.
roster
Come on,
to
let's
prove
get the HDMI
Kelly's point
together.
that it's predominantly black. So,
All right, do you see it now? All right, let's go ahead and see if we can get this HDMI cable straight. Okay, now we see it? Okay.
all right, we're good to go, folks.
All right, guys, here we go. All right, scroll it. I'm going to go ahead and increase it. Y'all can see over here. You can see right there. Brother.
Might
White
be
guy.
brother.
Might be brother. Brother. Light-skinned brother. Brother. White guy who's a quarterback. Brother. White guy quarterback. White guy. Brother. White guy brother. White guy brother. Brother white guy, 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 4 in a row. Wow, brother white guy, 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 white guy, brother, white guy, white guy, brother, white guy, brother, white guy,
Yeah, they don't start, and they're kickers.
brother. Let me go back to the top. It's for Melik. 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
he's gonna
5,
count them all
6,
now.
7, 8,
Oh, my
9,
goodness.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 5 white guy, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65.
Okay.
That's Ole Miss.
So, yes.
Would you like for me to pull up Mississippi
Please
State?
don't. No, we're
Roland,
good.
I don't need you to pull up Mississippi
We're good.
State again.
So of
pushing
the
back
80
on
of the 80 or so players on the Ole Miss football
the
team,
majority of them are
no,
more than
65.
The majority of them
Are black.
The overwhelming majority of them are black.
What did Kelly say?
But again,
What did Kelly say?
but
Kelly, what'd you say?
again,
Predominantly.
You say predominantly?
he said predominantly.
So you push back? Oh no,
I'm
we
pushing-
could bring race into
No,
this.
I'm pushing back on the comparison to this as slavery.
Well,
I don't think
your
that they
viewpoint
are
of slavery, Melik, is not the one that I'm talking
Right.
about. I'm just talking about the strict premise of working without pay.
Right.
And that's what these athletes
And so for
are getting.
me, just generally, just as a practice, just like I push back on conservatives when they talk about Democrats being on a plantation or enslaved by the Democratic Party, I push back on it just across the board. So I just don't make any allowances for slavery, but slavery.
I mean, but that's what this is. It's not.
Well,
me
I'm
just
sure,
saying
but
a president.
there are people, there are Democrat, there are some of my conservative allies, Republican allies, who say that Democrats are on a plantation.
But that's
and
not
they
the
just
point that I'm
haven't-
making. The point that
But
I'm
I'm saying-
making is that NCAA is enslaving predominantly black bodies
Well,
for profit.
they're not enslaving them. You know, they're not enslaved. I do get your point. I think it's a little hyperbolic, but I do get your point. But I don't think that they are actually enslaved. You know, these guys who are getting these grants or whatever.
Slaves got grants. They just couldn't pay them back.
What grants did slaves get?
There was plantations where slaves would get paid, but because they couldn't pay off the debt, they had to continue.
Sharecropping?
No, not sharecropping. They would get paid like prisoners in Louisiana now, like 3 cents on the dollar.
Oh, well,
And they could never literally pay for their freedom.
Well, I know that that's how it was with sharecropping.
That's what's happening right now.
Across the
Instead of 3
board,
cents,
I
it's
reject,
tuition
I
or a book
reject all
stipend.
comparisons
Bottom
to
line is here.
plantations.
First of all, you can reject it all
and-
you want to.
Well, of course I can.
Reject all you want
Malik
to.
is
Bottom line is
rejecting
this
them.
is real simple, and that is athletes are putting a lot on the line. And I think it is
And I don't
stupid.
disagree
It is
with that.
asinine that a player cannot make money off their
Off of
jersey,
themselves.
off their face, off their own autograph.
But the school
and
can.
And the schools, no.
Yeah.
Right now the school can.
Right.
And so I'm down with this, and I hope other states also pass these same bills so athletes can get paid.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
All right, folks, you heard me talk a lot about marijuanastock.org. Why? Because I want to keep you informed of investment opportunities that make sense. We've all watched the growth of the cannabis industry. A recent report by New Frontier Data estimates the global cannabis market at more than $340 billion. Of course, marijuana legalization is sweeping the country state by state. We know that marijuana has a good cousin, the hemp plant, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Until recently, hemp farming was practically illegal in the U.S. and heavily regulated by the DEA. However, the 2018 Farm Bill recently passed in Congress, making it legal to grow hemp CBD in the U.S. and creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. They need land to grow all of the plants. Folks, this is simple. It's an incredible investment opportunity. And that's where our good friends at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. They are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Now, what they've done for the folks at Roland Martin Unfiltered is allow for you to make a minimum investment of $200. The initial investment was $500. You can invest this in the crowdfunding campaign. That's right, $200 up to $10,000. Now, again, all you got to do is go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org to get in the game, and get in the game now.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.